They slept under the bridge because it was predictable. Third, person limited meant distance, and distance how she survived. The bridge offered rules. When the trucks passed, the ground trembled. When the sun moved, the shade followed. When it rained, the concrete told you exactly where water would pool. Her daughter learned these patterns quickly, as children do. She lined up bottle caps. She named the pigeons. She accepted that dinner arrived when it arrived. The woman, Elena, though no one used her name anymore, measured days by safety. She kept the backpack close. She kept her voice low. She did not imagine rescue, because imagination was expensive. The man appeared at noon, when the bridge was loudest. He did not look lost. His shoes were wrong for the ground, polished and patient. He stood far enough away to be non-threatening and close enough to be intentional. He said Elena's name. She froze. Not with fear, recognition. The kind that rearranges memory without asking permission. Her father's voice arrived intact, as if it had been waiting. He's dead. Don't ask again. The rule had been absolute. Questions ended conversations. Conversations ended affection. The man said it again, softer. He said her mother's name, too, and then the child's, reading it from the hand, lettered tag on the backpack. He did not ask permission to know these things. That was what frightened her most. He offered a card. The name matched a gravestone she had visited once, years ago, to prove to herself that grief could be verified. The dates did not match the man's face. "I'm your grandfather," he said. Not gently, precisely. Elena said nothing. Silence was her oldest tool. Her daughter watched the man with the curiosity reserved for animals that might bolt. The car was black and clean and smelled like nothing. The child relaxed first, asleep within minutes. Elena sat rigid, cataloging exits. She did not cry. Crying required belief. The house did not feel like a reward. It felt like an exhibit, space arranged to imply permanence. Photos aligned to suggest lineage. Someone had lived here without improvising for a long time. A bath happened. Clothes appeared in correct sizes. Food arrived without negotiation. The child adapted immediately, accepting the soft bed as if it had always been scheduled. Elena noticed this with a quiet ache she filed away for later. The grandfather did not explain himself that night. He let routine do the work. The breakfast arrived on plates that did not apologize for themselves. Staff moved efficiently, eyes trained not to linger. Authority was ambient. Documents came the next day, not all at once. A birth certificate copy slid across the table with a finger placed carefully on a date. Old photographs surfaced without captions. A school record corrected an error Elena had never known existed. The grandfather spoke in adjustments. "That isn't quite right. That part was simplified. Your father preferred it that way." The central fact emerged without ceremony: her father had not died. He had been disowned, formally, legally, lucratively. A disagreement framed as morality. An inheritance redirected. A son erased because he refused conditions. "He told you I was dead because it was easier," the grandfather said. For him, authority arrived then, as power, not as power, but as proof. Bank statements, trust documents, a legal opinion written years ago and updated annually, like a bruise monitored for change. Alana felt no vindication, only recalibration. The lie had not protected her. It had disciplined her. She saw her father differently now, not as the tragic figure she had constructed, but as a man who chose a cleaner story over a complicated truth. He had accepted poverty as proof of righteousness, then passed it down as inheritance. The power did not flip in a moment, it seeped. The grandfather explained options without instruction. A name could be restored, a trust activated, housing stabilized. None of it required forgiveness. All of it required consent. Elena asked where her father was now. The grandfather answered with coordinates and nothing else. They did not go to him. Weeks passed. Paper replaced panic. The child started school and learned a new schedule and did not include counting trucks. Elena learned how silence felt when it was no longer defensive. She did not confront her father. She wrote nothing. She allowed the truth to exist without staging it as a reckoning. The grandfather respected this, or perhaps understood it too well to interrupt. The ending did not offer closure. It offered access. Elena accepted what rebuilt the future and left the past intact, unsolved. She did not forgive. She did not punish. She chose accuracy over allegiance. Under the bridge, imagination had been expensive. Now it was optional. And that, more than the mansion, was the inheritance she kept.